What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning back into my channel. Y'all see the waves trying to come in? Y'all see the waves? The curls starting to come back in, this curl pattern. Yeah, but that's another video for another time. Yeah, excuse me. Don't have any makeup on today. Just don't really feel like throwing makeup on. But I did feel like coming on here and just kind of ranting. So this is something new for me. I don't usually get on here and rant about things or talk about things like this. So these clown sightings that have been happening all over the US is where it's popular. So if you're watching this, I know pretty much everybody that watches my video is in the US, but if you happen to stumble across this video and you're not in the US and you don't know what this is, then I'll give you a brief description of what this is, what this mess is. There are people that dress up like a clown. So they get like scary clown masks, you know, and these people that dress up as these clowns, they mainly go out dressed like this at nighttime. And they go to places like parks, and they stand under street lights when it's nighttime, and you know, it's just very random. And you have these clowns that if you get close enough to them, they will chase you. And you have people that, you know, the clowns, they have knives and chainsaws and machetes and stuff chasing after you. Now, first and foremost, let me just say this. I get jokes. Like, I get, oh, I want to play a joke, I want to play a prank. I get that. But you're taking it too far with stuff like that, because if I see a clown first and foremost in the middle of the night, the way these clowns and stuff have been dressed, first and foremost, I'm not with that. Because me personally, like millions and millions of other people around the world, I don't like clowns. I never have. Ever since I was little, I have never liked clowns. And I will never like clowns. Whether it's the so-called friendly clowns or the other clowns, I don't like any of them. First and foremost, that's strike one for me. Strike two, if I see that you have a weapon in your hand, that's not, no, you don't play like that. And then you want to chase after somebody. See, people are taking stuff too far, because all it takes is for these clowns to run across the wrong person and you chasing after them with a knife or a machete or a chainsaw. You could be so-called pranking, but there is a high possibility that you could lose your life because of this, because everybody does not necessarily know what this is about. I still don't know what it's about. I honestly think it's stupid, because this is an easy way to get yourself hurt. Now, I know Halloween is coming up. These clown sightings have been happening for, I don't know, I think they said it really started taking like flight back in 2014, and even this year they've started as early as like in the summer, like June and July. So I'm not with it. I haven't seen any where I live personally, but all I do know is don't run up on me. Like, I don't want to be scared to leave my house at nighttime if I want to, you know, if I need to go to the store or whatever. I don't want to be scared to the point to where I don't leave the house, because I don't want to just change my life because you got stupid people out here that don't know how to chill. And now, I actually looked at a video here on YouTube. If I find it, then I will have a link down below. And it was like 10 of the top creepiest clown sightings. And I will say there was one that really stood out to me. It was this person dressed up like a clown, and they actually went on somebody's property. Like, they were at somebody's house, standing like on their porch or on their deck in their front yard, because the people at this house, they had security cameras, and the person dressed up as the clown, they saw that they had security cameras, and it was the middle of the night. That person came, it looked like it was a man. This dude looked like he walked up to the house on their property, I mind you, okay, looked up at the surveillance camera and was just staring. It was like acting all creepy and stuff. I don't know about certain rules and laws in other places other than where I live, but all I do know is if you are on my property and you have no permission to be on my property. I'm going to get you off my property. I already don't like this, but it's a whole other different thing to be at a park doing this in a public place versus on somebody's actual property. Like, I don't play that. No. Because just imagine that you wake up the next morning and you go and you look at your surveillance cameras to see if, you know, anything crazy happened around your house in the middle of the night, and you stumble across that. If I can find like a picture or something, then I'll have it on the screen so you guys can get a visual of what I'm talking about. The thing that just ticks me off about this whole thing is you have people that are actually driving to places looking for these clowns, looking for people dressed up as clowns. They want to run into them, and I'm just like, why? Like, that's stupid. Because to me, you can't decipher and you can't tell by just looking at the clowns which ones are playing jokes and which ones are actually crazy ones that potentially want to kill you or harm you. I'm not taking that risk. Especially if I see that this person has a weapon in their hand. Like, people are taking this too far, and people are like, they're treating it as a joke. I don't like this joke. I personally don't. And honestly, I'm ready for the holidays to kind of just kick in. I'm ready for Halloween to be over. I am ready for the winter time to kick in into full effect. That way it's cold and you won't really hear about this too much, because, you know, people won't want to be outside because it's cold. Honestly, I'm over this. What else do I have to say about this mess? What else? Honestly, I'm surprised that I haven't heard about anybody losing their life over this. You know, I've heard, like, where I live on the news, there was a story where this guy, he was walking down a trail in the park, and a clown like jumped out at him, and this dude, he was like, he was a trained like MMA fighter, and so when the clown popped out, the guy just, you know, started defending himself. So it's like, it's hard to tell who's joking and who is potentially just trying to harm you, and I'm honestly not trying to take that risk. And it's just like, these clowns, I'm surprised that I haven't heard anything about these clowns getting seriously hurt or killed. Like I said earlier, you have a lot of people in this world that are like me, that don't like clowns, a lot of people that don't play about stuff like this. I'm all for a good joke, but I don't joke about stuff like this. If I feel as if I'm going to potentially lose my life over something like this, I don't like those kind of jokes. I like, you know, the other kind of jokes. Stuff that won't potentially just harm you or kill you. Those are my kind of jokes. These, I don't like these. This stuff needs to stop, honestly. The fact that it's mainly happening everywhere in the US, you don't really hear about it happening other places, it ticks me off, because it's like, oh, what if I decide to go on vacation in another state? Oh, there may be a clown there too. Some clowns there. It's annoying, because you got people in this world that don't know when to stop a joke. They take a joke too far. I was about to say I may do my research, but I honestly don't want to look at any more of this stuff. This stuff is crazy. It's disturbing, honestly, the stuff that I've seen. I'm over this mess. I'm ready for it to stop. I'm really over it. Like, honestly. It's like during, like, I'm really just over it. I'm ready for, like, Thanksgiving to roll around. At least Thanksgiving in the US. I know Canada, their Thanksgiving is in October. I don't know. It's just weird to me because, you know, I live in the US, but I know Canada already had their Thanksgiving Day, and so I'm just ready for Thanksgiving to take effect here in the US, which is in like a few weeks. Because October, the last week of October is next week. But yeah, I'm really over this, and yeah. When I first discovered and I first heard about this stuff, it was about, like, when I first found out about all these clown sightings and stuff, I found out about it through the news, because you had these clowns and stuff that were like trying to lure little kids and stuff into the woods with like big stacks of money and stuff. I already think it's creepy enough, but don't bring little kids and stuff like that into it, because little kids, like, even older people are naive, but especially little kids are so naive, and I don't like that. That's extremely creepy. This is not about the clown sightings, but I also want to say, for my people out there that are old enough to vote, just know that, what is today? I'm recording this on October the 19th, and I'm trying to get this up on October the 19th. Hopefully I'll have it up at a decent time. I'm going to try to edit this video real quick. But tonight, October 19th, 2016, the last, I believe it's the last presidential debate comes on tonight. So if you do meet the requirements and you are eligible and you are able to vote, please tune into that and just, look at it, watch it, especially if you're not sure who you exactly want to vote for. I know who I'm voting for, and I will not discuss and say who I'm voting for. If you are voting and you plan to vote, please make sure that you look at that. Make sure that you kind of listen in and pay attention to certain stuff, because these last two debates have just been a mess, especially the last one. The last one was really a mess. And if you just so happen to miss it and you missed the first two, both of them, the full ones, are on YouTube. If I can remember, I'll have the links to both of the first presidential debates down in the description box. That way you can go and check them out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, because I'm making new videos every single week. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Mother.